Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. In the content today, we have a return, a superstar on the channel, the high-waisted fiend, Jerry Nadler himself, because he's back in all of his glory. This time, to show you what the gun controllers are building, step by step, leg by leg. Everything will be linked in the description box below, and I cannot wait to hear what you guys think about this one, because that's the point of what we do on this channel. We expose what they're doing by zooming out, showing the entire monster, and distributing a little bit of freedom along the way. Thank you so much in advance for hitting that like button, subscribing to the channel, and turn the notification bell on. I appreciate it, and now, let's get it. All right, so my brothers and sisters, if you guys are new to the channel, which some of you may be, we have a little nickname for Jerry Nadler, the high-waisted fiend, because he's high-waisted and he's a fiend. It's pretty simple. However, the big thing about Jerry is he's been the chairman of the judiciary. He's pushed forward all the assault weapon ban, all the 1,000% on the taxes ARs, red flag law bills, anything gun control related, he's going to do it. Well, now, he's not in that power in that judiciary committee anymore. Now he's just on it. Well, what I'm about to show you is a setup clip that a Democratic representative from New Mexico, which was prompted, by the way, by the whole Governor Grisham overreach thing, is setting him up to do a propaganda stump speech for gun control. But what he lists out, let me just show you this, and this is crazy. Again, everything will be linked, and I want to hear from you guys in the comments. Cue the high-waisted fiend.
Mr. Nadler, what is the biggest cause of death for children in the United States?
The biggest cause of death for children in the United States, by far, is gun violence.
And if we want to protect our children, what would be the rational thing to do, given that there are so many deaths by gun in this country?
You could start by having them. Just saying. Again, that's not what this channel's about, but the reason that I did this setup is I wanted to highlight the high-waisted fiend's arrogance, condescension, all amazingness in saying, without a doubt, without question, it's gun violence, even though that's built on a lie, and that's not true. I've broken it down significantly on my channel and on Tim and I's channel, Second Legacy, this morning. That's not the point. I just wanted to get the vibe set. But now, let me get into this next part, which followed this up, because what would be the rational thing to do? High-waisted fiend? Tell us, please, from on high. Here we go. And don't worry, I've got it listed out, and get a pencil ready, because he's got a whole litany of things.
The rational thing to do would be what the House did last year, passing a bill to require universal background checks on guns, which we had in this country from 1994 to 2004, passing a bill to close the Charleston loophole. These bills would keep guns out of dangerous hands. A bill to pass a federal red flag law so that people who are a danger to themselves or others, according to a court, can't get a hold of guns. A renewed assault weapons ban, and the Protecting Our Kids Act. We passed the Bipartisan Safer Communities Act, which was a step forward, but a small step compared to what we ought to be doing.
A small step compared to what we ought to be doing. The Senate Bipartisan Safer Communities Act. That's what we've been covering forever. That's what we've been hitting on. I'm not going to hit on it again. Again, I hit it on Second Legacy this morning. But what I want to do right now is I want to break down each independent variable of what he just listed out from on high as the high-waisted fiend, and I'm going to show you a monster. He just listed out step by step by step all the pieces. Well, we're going to assemble this Frankenstein. I'm going to show you what it is they're building. Everything will be linked in the description box. But let's hit this first. Let's go with the red flag law. All right, so red flag laws are something that essentially means you can have your guns taken from you without any due process whatsoever. You don't get to face your accuser. You don't get any of these things that are standards in our rights because for safety's sake. And the big irony here is it's a complete blind spot to the left. Now, if we break this down in ground.news, and you can get this yourself at ground.news/Langley, I'm going to show you that the Justice Department being accused of weaponizing bipartisan gun safety laws to illegally fund red flag laws by Republicans is only being covered by the right. Now, this is why Ground News is such an essential tool and why I've partnered with them and why they sponsor these programs. It's because I can tie in data provided by Ground.News and it shows an entire picture. It shows you what's going on by the media. Check this out. You've got 9 sources over the last 2 months covering that, and all of them are on the right-leaning side of the spectrum. The left does not talk about it, and that's why this is so important. You can check this out for yourself at ground.news/Langley. Make sure you at least check it out because there's a lot of data that helps you be informed about how to hold the media accountable and what you consume. But that's just the red flag laws. Now, let's talk about something else he just mentioned. Ethan's law. Well, that's a mandatory safe storage law. You have to have a safe, you have to have your guns, they have to be in said safe. That would require something to go around and check it's in the safe. That's a problem. Then Charleston loophole. Well, the Charleston loophole is a little term they like to coin, which basically means the FBI can indefinitely deny you the right to have your firearms. You have a right to get it quickly because it's the whole point is to infringe upon your rights. So the Charleston loophole, as they like to say, is basically just the FBI dragging their feet. It prevents you from getting your rights denied by dragging of a bureaucracy. That's the whole point. Then we go into the universal background checks. Well, the universal background checks is not possible without a registry, without a national registry to know where every single gun in the United States is. To go from user A to user B in a mandated universal background check system, you have to know where they all are. So that's a registry. Then you've got the assault weapons ban. And the assault weapons ban basically says you can't have these guns because of these scary features. These are outlawed. You can have them if you had them before, but you can't have new ones, which circumvents the entire point of what they pitch. That's not the important point. Now let's zoom out a little bit. Of all the things that I just showed you, from Jerry Nadler, one of the leaders of the Democratic Party in the House, he just laid out the Frankenstein bit by bit, and all we got to do is tie them together. Check this out. Zoom out a little bit. You've got an assault weapons ban that says you can't have something and they've banned it. What you can and cannot have, that's a checklist. Then you have universal background check system, which is requiring a registry. So now you have the government telling you what you can and can't have, and you have a universal background check utilizing a registry. Then you go to the Charleston loophole, which means you basically have the bureaucracy of the FBI or the ATF to drag out your rights forever as long as they want. Then you've got the red flag law, national on a congressional level, which would basically mean you have no due process across the board for your rights. So your rights can be taken if someone says something bad to you by a court without you facing your accuser, and you don't know about it until the police show up to take your rights. And then you have to prove your innocence after you've been assumed guilty. That's cute. And then Ethan's law, which is a mandatory safe storage law. So you have to have an organization that would go right to your door and verify that you're safely storing your firearms. Okay. Well, all of that would be really unique. The only thing that you're missing would be a head. And wouldn't you know it, we just got announced a brand new Office of Gun Violence Management to tie all these pieces together. This is what they're building. If you don't see it, zoom out some more. Again, an organization to verify that you are saving or safely storing your guns, a universal registry, a AWB that tells you what you can and can't have, something to take the guns that you can have, and then the dragging out of bureaucracy so you can't have your rights. If you don't see what they're building in a piecemeal fashion, I'm trying my hardest. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I will see you on the next one. And special thanks to the high-waisted fiend for pointing this out in such an effective manner.